Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a story so wild, it feels like it's ripped straight from a movie script. It's a toxic tale of love, fights, police escorts, and a diamond ring taking a 9-story plunge. This relationship is a textbook example of what not to do. So, grab your popcorn, because this is a roller coaster. It all kicks off at a hotel during DragonCon. Our couple gets into a massive argument. He's waiting for her downstairs, furious. He blocks her from going to their room, shouting, "Where do you think you're going? You're not going up to the room." She, seeing trouble ahead, immediately turns around and finds 2 police officers she'd noticed on her way in. Smart move. She explains the situation, and the police get hotel security involved. They decide the safest way to get her to her room is by escorting her through the hotel's back areas, through the kitchen, and up a secure service elevator. But when they get to the room, he's there, still refusing to let her in. The drama just won't quit. An officer has to physically grab him by the arm and say, "You're going to come out here and talk to me, and you're going to let her get her stuff." While the officers deal with him, she tries to pack. But here's the next problem. The luggage she's using is his. He tells her she can't take it, so now she has no way to carry her belongings and nowhere to stay. The hotel is completely booked. She's in tears, completely lost, wondering where she's supposed to go. The hotel staff, bless them, try to help. The assistant general manager even brings her plastic bags for her things, while they scramble to find her a room at another hotel, but with no luck. In the end, she had to call a friend and ended up sleeping on their floor. Meanwhile, the police tell him to stay in his room and warn him that if he comes anywhere near her, he'll be arrested. Now, let's get back to that hotel room. She's packing her life into plastic bags. One officer is leaning against the bathroom doorway, holding it open. Her ex is standing just outside the door, about a foot away, with another officer next to him. And behind him, an open balcony. This is where it gets cinematic. He demands his engagement ring back. In a moment of pure frustration, she takes it off and throws it at him. But he doesn't catch it. Remember, he's standing right by the balcony railing. The ring hits him, bounces, and goes right over the edge. He claims it went all the way down. She says she saw it land near him. He didn't bend over to look for it, but he did ask the officers, "Can I go down and look for it?" This confirms the ring really did go overboard. Imagine this. They re on the 9th floor of a hotel with a massive open atrium lobby below. It's all lit up, and according to him, there were about 500 people down there. Can you imagine a diamond ring just raining down from the sky? The police went down to search for it, but the ring was never found. A 9-story will fall into a crowded lobby. That ring is long gone. You'd think that would be the end of it, right? No. After this chaotic night, he decides to just leave. Head drives home, leaving her and 2 of his friends stranded in Atlanta. Luckily, she had enough money to rent a car and drive herself back to their shared house in Orlando. And what happens when she gets there? They both agree he's sorry. She's sorry. They sit on the floor. She sits on his lap. And just like that, they brush the entire traumatic incident under the rug. They actually stayed together for a few more months after this. It's a classic toxic cycle. A huge, dramatic fight, followed by an emotional reunion, without ever solving the underlying problems. As the judge in their later court case put it, they're like a drug to each other, addicted to the chaos. But this kind of conflict is incredibly damaging, especially when children are involved. A few weeks later, they get into another argument. In the heat of the moment, she tells a friend she's thinking about moving out. He gets wind of this while he is planning to go out of town for a bachelor party. So, what does he do to control the situation and make sure she doesn't leave on her own terms? He rents a U-Haul himself, packs up most of her and the kids' belongings, and drops her and their 3 children off at her mother's 2-bedroom house. He just leaves them there with a U-Haul full of their stuff and says, "Here you go." His justification: he claimed she had left with the kids and his property on 2 previous occasions, and he wasn't going to let it happen again. It's just an endless cycle of drama and retaliation. So, what about the ring? He insists she owes him for it. His story is that she promised to pay him back with her tax return. Her version is completely different. She says he suggested they split the cost of a new ring once their tax returns came in, but since they'd broken up for good, that plan was off the table. Her defense for not owing him a dime, she threw the ring at him. It was his fault for not catching it. She also lists a history of his bad behavior, putting his hands on her, leaving her stranded multiple times, including once at sea. She feels that after everything he put her through, he doesn't deserve a penny. This whole mess eventually lands them in court, where a judge has to sort through their toxic history. The judge is absolutely stunned by their immaturity, comparing their relationship to something less mature than her 14-year-old's. The most heartbreaking part of this story involves their children. At the time of the court case, he hadn't seen their kids in 3 weeks, even missing their birthday. He claims she didn't invite him to the party. She implies he didn't make an effort. The judge lays down the law, and it's a lesson for us all. She tells them they are both acting like idiots and need to stop. Whatever their personal drama is, they have a shared responsibility as parents. They brought children into the world, and they have to learn to co-parent. Effectively, their constant fighting, their inability to communicate, and their vindictive actions are not just hurting each other. They are causing immense harm to their kids. The judge makes it clear. Children need stability and love, not front-row seats to their parents' endless war. It's better for everyone if they move on and find healthy, mature relationships rather than continuing this destructive pattern. This story is a powerful reminder that passion and drama are not the foundation for a healthy relationship. Love shouldn't feel like a constant. So, you have a kid together, and you're having a bad time with the mother. If you use that as an excuse to not see your 3-year-old, then you're just a bad father. It's that simple. A child is missing their father, and you don't get to punish them just to punish her. That's just crazy. Now, let's talk about engagement ring law, because it gets complicated. Every state is different. The rule that makes the most sense to me is this. If the engagement is called off, the ring goes back to the person who gave it. The ring is a gift given in contemplation of marriage. If the marriage doesn't happen, the gift goes back to the donor. Simple. But a lot of states have a different, crazier rule. When you break up, a judge has to figure out whose fault it was. The person who wasn't at fault gets the ring. Imagine me trying to figure out who did what, who threw a drink, who hit a camera, who went to Dragon Con, ... It's pure insanity. Then there are other states, like Florida, where the rule I think is even more insane. It depends on who broke up with whom. Think about how absurd that is. If someone is mistreating you and you break up with them, which you absolutely should, the law could penalize you thousands of dollars just for ending it. In this case, we have a different scenario. The couple doesn't really disagree on the facts, except he says he should have caught it. The ring went overboard. He wouldn't have run around like a madman, calling the cops and searching for it if he didn't know it was gone. So, what happens? Whose fault is it? His position is that it's completely her fault. He claims she's a jerk. She threw it at him, and that's why it got lost. He even suggests she meant for it to go overboard. Her position is that the situation was incredibly heated. She felt abandoned, manhandled, and treated like garbage. He was kicking her out of the hotel. She had no money, no friends in a strange city. So what did he expect? It was never going to be a civil breakup. You know what I think? I think it's both of their faults. Just like they both thought it was when they forgave each other and got back together for a month. During that time, they even had a plan where they would each pay for half of the ring's cost. And that's exactly what I'm going to order. Since she is the one who threw it, I can't let her off the hook completely. But I'm not going to make her pay for all of it either. I'm making her pay for half. After the verdict, she came out first. She has to pay for half, and she said that's fine. She feels he doesn't deserve either half after what he's put her through. But it is what it is. When asked if she accepts 50% of the blame, she said, absolutely. So what about this fatal attraction relationship? Is there anything left? No, it's over, she says, but he's the father of her child. There has to be some Can they manage that? She says she's trying her best, but he won't take his visitation just to be vindictive towards her. Then he comes out, still looking at his phone. He's a little upset with the outcome. He claims he never agreed to pay for half the ring. She agreed to pay for all of it when she threw it. He says it was her drunken rage that she didn't throw it asterisk to asterisk him, and there was no way he could have caught it without going over the balcony himself. Regarding visitation and co-parenting, he says she's mad because he was suing her, so she wouldn't let him see their kids for their birthday or on the last weekend. He claims she denied his request to see them this past weekend, too, but they have a long future ahead of them, connected by their child. He agrees they have to be together for the rest of their lives in that sense. As far as he's concerned, the romantic relationship is done, but then he pulls out his phone, showing a text from her the night before, saying she still cares and is confused. So now, her story is changing again. He says she's bipolar. Let's break this down with what the legal experts call comparative negligence. This means you assign responsibility to each party. In this case, the judge felt it was a 50-50th situation. Both parties contributed to the loss, so both parties share the cost. What do you think about this verdict? Was it fair to split the cost, or should one person have been held fully responsible? The drama might be over in the courtroom, but with the child involved, their story is far from finished. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more real-life legal battles.